I was really interested in creating a module that introduced students to enterprise skills in a literary context. I think the creative industries are an area of enormous employment growth, but the strange thing is that often students don't realise how many jobs that they're being equipped for by studying literature. So it seemed really exciting to create something which was a bridge between literature on the one hand and the world of history enterprise on the other.
It's refreshing to have a module that acknowledges a life beyond university and that your academic rigours and the excitements are relevant and you can take them forward. That's really exciting. It's inspiring.
Probably the fact that not every module seems to look at the act of writing as a singular event where the author sits down with a pen and paper and goes, right, I'm going to write a novel. No, the fact that there is an awareness of audience and a larger motivation behind the writing sometimes, and that it can affect it. It's quite refreshing to look at it that way.
So I think often we study literary artefacts, don't we? And we think about texts in quite sort of enclosed ways, and suddenly opening that up to think about the way in which publishers get involved, the way journalists are involved in marketing and selling literature, opens up new perspectives, doesn't it?
I think it's that, again, I keep going back to it, about that tangibility of what we're studying, that it relates so much to what you're saying about our heritage and about museums and everything that surrounds us on a daily basis. The fact that when we're reading that relates directly to something larger, and when a friend asks why you're studying literature, you actually have a backup of reasons to supply them.
I suppose one of the things that's distinctive, isn't it, that there's an academic programme running down one track, but there's also a visiting programme which intersects with it and offers all sorts of different perspectives.
That's the things I think I enjoyed most about it was the fact that we were able to kind of meet a diverse array of kind of different speakers who obviously came in, and that really helped to kind of back up what we'd been learning.
I've certainly found it rigorous, I have to say, and really enjoyed it as well. I've had really natural opinions and a natural progression of ideas for this module, which I haven't had before, because I think it allows, for your natural interests in the creative industries, following literary prizes, those things that you discuss, you think of on a daily level, are brought forward with the texts.
Obviously there is a lot of work to do just because there's so much out there, because I mean the idea of kind of culture itself encompasses so many different genres. There's so much to look at, but at the same time it doesn't really feel like work.
It's fantastic to approach this sort of this research piece with sort of 500 years to choose from. It's so broad, and it's a fantastic freedom.
There is no boundary in this module. I think that means that you develop a lot more quickly and your ideas develop a lot more fluidly. People really work with other people.
There's a really good dynamic.
Yeah, there's a very good dynamic in the group, and people are really encouraging one another to explore different ideas.
Another aspect of the course is how Jane has identified skills that we have, but I didn't think of applying sort of beyond the course.
And also I think because the concept of culture is such a fluid and subjective one, that people do have such a wide-ranging take on it, which is great. I think that's why seminar discussion's been so lively.
I think you've all learned to argue in different sorts of ways. I think it has been a group where people have realised that other people within it are helping you to develop your ideas, and you've really enjoyed the fun of that kind of discussion. I've enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I think everyone is given that space as well to think independently and to be comfortable in developing those ideas in front of everyone else.
All the information you absorb every day as part of our life, the newspapers you read, the programmes you watch, and the ideas you form about yourself and your life, they have all come together and become relevant. And I'm thinking of taking them forth now and pursuing them, beyond university.
This is the most substantial visiting programme and programme of visits that we've had. And I think in many ways, colleagues in the department, other students who are not taking the module, are interested in seeing if we could expand this more generally, because I think that there are so many ways in which this module opens up perspectives which interest a broad range of students, not simply the ones taking this particular course. And I think we need to think about the ways in which we might make this a distinctive feature of English at York and in fact the humanities at York. So the idea of the humanities for business seems to me a good one to explore in the future.